and welcome back to my channel here at Life Done Simple. One of the most common questions we get when we tell people we live in a tiny house is where do we keep all of our clothes? Now, we're quite lucky as we do have a fairly minimalistic wardrobe. I have the luxury of working at home for the majority of the week, which means I don't need to have too many work clothes. And Greg works at a gym where he can wear his activewear, which doubles for personal and work situations. So that's great in that instance. We also are just quite naturally minimalistic when it comes to our clothing, so we didn't need to pare down significantly when we moved into the tiny. Now, Greg and I keep the majority of our clothing in the staircase behind me here, with the exception of some more seasonal clothing. So at the moment it is spring, so we keep our winter clothes in a vacuum sealed bag in the lounge chase. And I do have some of my underwear in some small baskets in the bathroom on some shelving there. But otherwise, all of the clothing is kept in here. Now, the children's clothes are kept in their loft. We have some baskets hanging on the walls and some cube shelving. I will show you that in another video when we do a full tour of their loft. So today will just be for mine and Greg's clothing. I hope you enjoy. I am sitting on the floor. It is quite difficult to film in the tiny house, especially if you are filming on your own, and it is quite difficult to get great angles when you are restricted for space. So please bear with me, and I hope you can get a feel for the space regardless of the awkward angle. So we are at the bottom of the stairs here, and we have a pull-out drawer here for myself. This is where I keep my dresses, skirts, shirts, shorts, and skirts. I also have my bras and my bikinis at the very back there as well. To make use of the space, what we've done is we do the vertical method of folding our clothing, so I can see everything from the top. I don't have to go digging, and this stays very clean. So this is actually not tidied for your benefit. This is just how it is at all times because of the way we fold and store our clothing, which is nice and easy. So next to this drawer is another pull-out drawer, and this is for Greg. So he has his dress pants, his jeans, some denim shorts, his flannelettes, and some thermal clothing as well on here. Again, vertical storage means we can see everything that's in here really easy, and it fits quite a bit, surprisingly. I didn't think we'd be able to fit much because they are quite shallow, but we've had no problems and plenty of clothing in there. Now, we do have 3 open face cube shelves in our staircase, and to utilize those, what we've done is got some cane baskets from Kmart, so we can pull them out easily and see what's in there. And they are really deep. So we actually have 2 baskets in this one. So this one here is the back basket, and that is for myself. I have some of my jeans, some tracksuit pants, some scarves, beanies, and gloves kept in here. So that just stores all the way at the back nice and easily. And then Greg has some tracksuit pants and some board shorts in this one. So moving on to the other clothing cubes that we have. We've got this basket here. We don't have a second basket at the back of this. We actually have our blender and some spare almond milk in this one. But this serves as the basket for all of Greg's socks and his gym/work shorts because he is actually a trainer. Moving on to the next cube storage, it's just up here above my head. Again, we only have the 1 basket in here. We do store some additional pantry items behind that we don't need to access. So this here is full of all of Greg's underwear, some beanies and scarves. So that's up here. So now we're going to check out the cupboard over here. This is where we store the majority of our clothing and all of our shoes that we aren't currently wearing. So this is the cupboard section of our wardrobe storage. On the left door here, I have a DIY jewelry holder, which is just great to have all of that on display. This is all of my junk jewelry. Anything that is more precious is kept in a jewelry box in the bathroom. You'll see down here I do also have a fire hydrant. So if you have watched our kitchen tour, you'll know that I did set our kitchen bench on fire at one point, so it's nice to have that in close proximity to our stove, which is just over here. Now we have all of our hanging storage here on the left. So we have some longer dresses, ones that are a bit more dressy and not so casual. We have dressing gowns, jumpers, dress shirts, etc. hanging up there. You will notice that this is actually the full width of the cupboard. Now when I did design this layout, initially we thought we'd utilize that all for hanging, but we then decided to go for these single drawers that we got from Big W, I believe. I think it was $60 for all of them. So we tried them and we found that it actually increased the storage significantly. So if you are thinking about clothing storage in a small space, I cannot recommend drawers more. It is such an efficient use of space in comparison to hanging space. So we're really glad that we did that. Above these drawers, we have just over here a jewelry box, which keeps all of Greg's watches and any jewelry he might not be wearing. It also has a few of his medals from some Spartan races as well. And then his belt over here, which is a reversible belt, I believe. At the back there, we just have some room spray and a little pack that I wear when we go hiking. Over here to the right is just where I store all of my purses. So this one is the one I'm using at the moment. So when I get home, I pop that there as well. It means that it's out of sight, doesn't make the place seem cluttered, and I always know where to find it. In our top drawer here is all of Greg's shirts. So he has his training shirts at the front and then the more dressy t-shirts at the back. You can tell that we have a French bulldog because her hair is all over our clothes even when they're clean. In the second drawer here is Greg's stuff again. So this is his pajamas, a few thermals, and then some of his work shirts at the front. The third drawer down is one for me. This has all of my activewear and my pajamas. Man, I did not realize that Indy dropped so much hair. I promise you these are clean, but if we leave the clothing for too long on the couch before folding it, it doesn't take her long to climb on them and drop her hair everywhere. I swear she thinks she's a cat. Okay, in this final drawer here is another drawer for myself. At the front I have some work pants and then some longer shirts at the back there, and at the very back is just a really pretty lace dressing gown and some of my Christmas pajamas. Moving down is where we keep all of our shoes. So at the bottom, Greg has his shoes there. It is quite deep. As you can see, we have a space at the back there just because we aren't currently storing all our shoes. Any shoes that we're wearing at the moment are currently on the deck. Up here is my shoe storage. At the back, which you can't really see because it's a bit dark, Greg's dress shoes are kept there. And then there is also a basket full of all of my flats and sandals. All right, so that is our cupboard. Now moving over to the lounge room, this is where we keep some of our seasonal clothes. So that's just in this chase section here. It's a bit dark, but in here we've just got some vacuum pack bags, and that has some of our jumpers stored in there. We have actually got two of those, so underneath that one is another one which keeps our spare bedding for the couch. Now this over here is a fireproof safe which we keep all of our documents in, so if there's ever a fire, hopefully they will survive. And we also do keep our vacuum in here. So this is plugged in currently, so it's charged. There's a hole at the bottom of that so that we can charge it without it being in the way. I hope you enjoyed taking a look around at our clothing storage here in our tiny house. If you did, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. It really does help my channel. If you have any questions, pop them in the comments below and I'll get back to you as well. And if you enjoy seeing our content and would like to see more of our tiny house, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Until next time, thanks very much, guys.